Amazon's growing 20% year over year. There's obviously that's not saturated. There's just tons of money to be made there. I would say there's a shortage of sellers on Amazon right now. They're just drowning in buyers. Not to mention, like I said, the trends, the boutique trends are really starting to become much more popular, much more mainstream. And each trend is just another opportunity for you to make money, because a lot of times the big box stores, they don't want to risk playing trends. They don't want to risk buying, 1 million units to make a little bit of money on one trend. But the little guy, he can easily buy 1,000 units and sell all 1,000 units. But so yeah, guys, there's not too much competition. You have places like Etsy that are just now blowing up. You have the consumer now buying from the small brand more than ever and paying a premium for it. And there's just e-commerce growth everywhere. So there's not too much competition, and there's not going to be too much competition for many, many years, guys. Still a big opportunity here. Another myth I hear all the time, people tell themselves this: you need a lot of money to get started. Just not true. The reason why it takes a lot of money to get started in importing is because most of the time people take a loss on the first 5 orders they do. And like I said, they don't take the baby steps. They don't know the methods. They don't know the red flags to look for, and they end up losing all their money on the first couple orders. So if you know what you're doing, then no, it doesn't take a lot of money. Another myth that people think about importing: you have to handle all of your shipping and inventory. I already went over this with you guys. The new world of importing has completely changed this world. No longer do you have to keep stuff in your house and in your garage and ship it out manually and drive to the post office every day. No, now we have fulfillment centers that not only will do it for you, but they'll do it for you cheaper than you could for yourself. And then, they can specialize in the shipping and inventory and fulfillment, and you can just specialize in the selling, the buying and the selling, which is where the real money's made, guys. So another myth I always hear: you must travel overseas to get the best deals. For some reason, I don't know, back in the day, I should say, that was true. You needed to travel over there because, again, back in the day, the buyers were competing for the suppliers. But the whole market's changed now, guys. Now the suppliers are competing for the buyers. Now every supplier that you talk to needs your business. They're just competing, begging for your business. So no, you don't need to travel overseas to get the best deals. Especially if you guys use the negotiation hacks that we're going to teach you here in a few minutes, you guys will never have to travel overseas. They'll think that you're too big of a deal and too busy to travel overseas to meet with them anyways. They're going to think you have too much to do. So definitely not true. Not sure where the myth originated from. Used to be that you could get better deals going overseas, but not anymore. Now if you want to go over there when you're on vacation or something with your importing profit, then you can go, talk to your supplier and see if you can get 1% better or something. But no, they're going to try to give you the best deal possible, because they know if they don't, then the factory next door is. So they're competing for your business. Another myth: you have to live in the USA to be successful at importing. I am glad that I know we have a ton of people from overseas in here. Looks like about 50% of the audience today is from overseas, or I should say outside of the U.S. A lot of Canada people too. But yeah, so this just isn't true. There's actually a service now called Payoneer that even helps with payments in and out of the U.S. So, and again, guys, I could be living in, let me pull up some random place. I could be living in Antarctica and running my import business and just having my supplier ship straight to my fulfillment center in the U.S. and then doing all my sales online and then just emailing the supplier. So I could literally have a U.S. business and make only U.S. sales and ship from the U.S. and have all my product and inventory in the U.S., but I could run the business from Antarctica. So that's how crazy. Yeah, Carter said Panama. I think that's what I said last time, last webinar. Yeah, so Panama, anywhere. I could be anywhere in the world and have a successful importing business now, because it's a physical business that the internet has almost made into an online business. It's really weird. It's almost digital. It's just a weird concept, but so much opportunity there. And the last myth I always hear: it's expensive and difficult to customize and create your own products. Used to be so true. It used to be so freaking expensive to create your own products. If you were customizing something, it would be like, 20,000 minimum order quantity.